Hi everybody, and welcome into this week's edition of the Weekend Recap. I'm your host, Wes McKinney, here at Callahan Stadium, where the football team on Saturday dropped a close contest to nationally ranked Winston-Salem State 30-22. In the game, Zach Grossi had 2 touchdown passes, one to Ansel Ponder and the other one to Ryan Sturt. One of the big storylines coming out of that game was the poor play of the offensive line. Head coach and offensive line coach Garen Justice had this to say about that.
It was a bad performance by us on the offensive line. And I've got to take credit for that. Being an offensive line coach, I've got to get on those guys harder and make sure we do some Saturdays. So right now they're not, and I got to take the credit for that.
Now also in that game there was some poor weather, mainly in the first half. Linebacker Jake Lilly talked about how it had more effect on the offense than it did him and his defensive mates.
Just tackling, you get your hands wet and jerseys get wet, just trying to wrap up the tackle. And just pursuing to the ball was the main thing. We kind of slacked on the fourth quarter, but overall, I think the offense has the trouble when it rains because we got a passing offense.
Now Concord will take a break from non-conference play this week, and they will open up WVIAC play here at Callahan Stadium. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. against the University of Charleston. UC comes into the game 2-0, while Concord will be 1-1 entering the contest Saturday afternoon. From the football team to the men's soccer team, coming off a win Thursday night against Bluefield College, the men traveled to Buchanan this weekend to take on West Virginia Wesleyan. The men, however, came up just a little bit short, losing 2-1 against the Bobcats. Junior Tyler Farrar had the goal for Concord. Meanwhile, the women's soccer team also in Buchanan this weekend to face the Bobcats of West Virginia Wesleyan. The women getting shut out by a final of 2-0. Now, coming up in the next week, both soccer teams will be home here at Anderson Field. The men will play Tuesday against West Virginia Tech. The kickoff set for that one at 4 p.m. Meanwhile, the ladies get the week off, and they will play on Sunday against Shepherd. The start time for that one will be high noon. Finally, on today's show, we have the Concord University volleyball team. The Lady Lions traveled north to Delaware this weekend for 4 contests on Friday afternoon and evening. Lady Lions dropped a pair of contests to the University of Sciences and Westchester on Saturday afternoon. The Lady Lions 0 for 2 again as they lost to Kutztown and Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Lady Lions will be back in action Tuesday night when they travel to Emory and Henry. As always, you can get complete coverage of the Concord University Mountain Lions at the website cumountainlions.com. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Wes McKinney, and we will talk to you again next week.